Check, check, check. Welcome to Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
Jackson Middle School campus. It is the Jackson Ironmen playing the Reidsville Eastern Eagles in a non-conference game that will almost certainly be the final regular season game of the year for two teams that have had outstanding seasons. The game, Dan, is important because both teams are used to winning, and I'm sure Eastern would like to come in here and steal a win against the once-beaten Ironmen. And the Ironmen, of course, don't want to lose, period, but both teams also have to be looking towards the tournament next week.
Oh, absolutely, Pete Wilson. And as we'll once again let you know, we will be bringing you tournament baseball. It'll be Tuesday at a different time than you would expect. Tuesday coming right after the Memorial Day holiday at 2 o'clock. We will be playing at Athens, Ohio University's baseball field, which is a beautiful situation there, but the Ironmen earning that #1 seed, rightfully so, with a 23-1 record, and an opportunity here tonight to pick up their 24th win of the season. But it will not come easy. As you mentioned, Reidsville is also the #1 seed in their tournament. They come in with a 19-6 record, and it's a team that had a tremendous amount of success last year.
They certainly did. I'm not sure what their final record was last year, but I do know that they went to the regional semifinals last year, and they were defeated by Berlin Highland, who went on and won the state tournament. I was talking to Coach Larry Stewart before the game. He said Berlin Highland is kind of like a powerhouse at that level in high school baseball, as they are in some other sports as well.
Yes.
And Berlin Highland apparently is very good again. He expects if Eastern plays well and gets to the regional again, they'll run into them there. And he is a coach that, even though Eastern is a much smaller school than Jackson, they look to play up on their schedule, and that makes them that much better.
Well, and and our coach McGraw has never shied away. He wants a difficult schedule, and that makes another factor of being so amazing, in that we're 23-1 with what he deems is trying to play the best of the best in the Southeastern District.
Right, and Reidsville Eastern is one team that will look to play the Jacksons of the world anytime. We are just seconds away from the national anthem. It looks like the teams are lining up now. Eastern is there on their sideline, the first base sideline, and Jackson getting ready to come out of the dugout as well. So we are going to take a 2-minute break for the playing of the national anthem, and we'll be back with this non-conference baseball game in just a couple of minutes.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over at Low Rock Bottom Presses, one of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio, with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
Life is unpredictable, but with Dan Daly at State Farm, you can be prepared for anything. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, Dan and his team are here to provide personalized coverage that fits your needs. Get the protection you deserve from a name you trust. Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Visit online or stop by in Jackson, Ohio. You've been watching Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball on WYPC. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
the national anthem. The Ironmen have taken the field. Reidsville Eastern getting ready for their first trip up to the plate. Once again, Eastern comes in with a 19-6 record. They have already won the TVC Hawking Division. That's the small school division of the Tri-Valley Conference with a 9-1 record. Their only loss was to Trimble. But Dan, if you look up and down their schedule, if they played in the TVC Ohio, which was the big school, they would be in second place. They played every team in the TVC Ohio except 2, and they have a 4-1 record against the big schools in that division. The only team they lost to, you might guess, the champion, the Athens Bulldogs, and it was a close game.
Absolutely, and they're the real deal. There's no question about it, and they've been so good through the years in sports. They've had their era in basketball. They've had good football at times. Eastern is a very athletic area down there, and they're in a Division 5, which, except for, like you said, Berlin Highland maybe being a true powerhouse there, that's a good division for them. They can be very competitive in that division as well as they've played. Pete, before we get started, we got Tucker Williams on the mound. He is one of 4 Jackson Ironmen that received all FAC honors. I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but Gavin Jones, Noah Ernst, our catcher, Tucker Williams on the mound today, and Ryan Simets, our shortstop. And Gavin Jones, for the second year in a row, won the FAC Player of the Year award. That is quite an honor, and very seldom can that happen when you win Player of the Year 2 years in a row in a league as strong as the FAC.
Right, and Jackson also doing very well with the all-district team.
We'll go over that. 7 different players honored in the Division III all-district team. These things were just announced this week since we've been on the air with Jackson Baseball. So pretty exciting times for an Ironman team that has reaped the awards of being 23-1 on this season.
Well, we'll get those names out to you as our broadcast continues. But we're ready to play baseball now. Here is the shortstop for Eastern, Ethan Edwards. First pitch from Tucker Williams is swung on and fouled out of play to the right side. You want to keep this guy off base, Dan. 25 stolen bases this year, so there's a reason why he is in that leadoff spot.
Coach McGraw going with Tucker. It's our understanding Tucker Williams, he'll be only pitching an inning or 2 today. It'll be pitching by committee, but Coach McGraw, so confident in what he calls, when he calls Tucker 1A and 1B pitcher. He's his 1B pitcher. He hates to call him a number 2 man because Tucker's been that good.
Curveball, 1-1 pitch is sliced foul. Again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ironman defensively, Tucker Williams out there on the mound to at least start. No Ernst at catcher. Gavin Jones down there at first base. Over at second base is Jensen Green. Shortstop Ryan Simons. Down at third base, Easton McGraw. Here is your 1-2 pitch. Just outside with the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the outfield for Jackson. Out in left field is Bodie Wooford, center field Nolan Johnson, and in right field Ashton Seymour. 2-2 pitch to Edwards. Curveball, fouled, just got a piece of it. Aiden Wilhelm, the second baseman, Alex Collins, the third baseman, to follow. Took a look at their offensive stats, Dan, which were on Max Prep's pretty impressive stats as far as being able to score runs, batting average, and getting on base. The 2-2 pitch is a nice single right up the middle. He went with the pitch and singled it right up the middle for an opening hit.
Curveball that got up a little on Tucker, and boy, did Edwards did a nice job of waiting on it and just met great contact right over. It's a line drive right over second base.
Right. You know, we'll see how the track is out there. You know, we have had light rain today, even had a little bit of rain here just in the first half hour before the game. So track may not be quite as fast, but if anybody will find out, it would probably be that guy out there first base, Ethan Edwards.
Interesting matchup, Pete. You said that Edwards has 25 stolen bases. Man behind the plate may be as good as any catcher in the area, throwing people out. Also, good matchup.
Well, he's getting a good lead over there at first base. The first pitch was just outside a ball. Next pitch is fouled to the screen, 1 ball and 1 strike. Expect to see at least several pitchers to the Ironman. Tucker Williams definitely on some sort of pitch count, may only pitch even just 1 inning. It's just to get him ready because, you know, he will definitely be needed next week in the tournament. And that ball is hit in the air to right field. The right fielder, Ashton Seymour, is out there and takes it for out number 1. So Aiden Wilhelm, the second baseman, flies out to right, and this will bring up the third baseman, Alex Collins. Collins batting .347 on the year, has an on-base percentage of .523. That tells me that he's gotten a few walks along the way. Tucker Williams, though, and Gavin Jones, the top two pitchers for Jackson, famous, though, through their control. Quick throw over to first base has Ethan Edwards diving back hands first. Jackson defense straight away and deep for Alex Collins.
Bit of a breeze today, Pete Wilson, kind of going from third base out to right field. If you can lift one up that direction, you might get a little bit of help.
No, Ernst blocks one that's low and away for ball one. Yeah, Dan, unseasonably cool here for late May.
Yes, it is.
55 degrees, wind chill, if you want to factor that in, 49 degrees. And as you said, the wind blowing out to right field. Pitch is down low for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Williams trying to get that curveball over here early in the first inning to the Eagle hitters. 2-0 pitch, just outside ball 3. That was the fastball. So Collins, we said that he gets on 52.3% of the time. That's the on-base percentage, showing that he does have that good eye, which that on-base percentage might indicate. 3-0 pitch. He swings at 3-0 and fouls it. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Does that tell you a little bit of the confidence they have in him as a hitter?
Right. Well, you know you're probably going to get a good pitch, probably a fastball. Of course, Tucker is going to be a Yale man. He may outthink you on that.
Well, he would outthink us. That's a no question.
Well, you didn't have to throw that in. The 3-1 pitch. Just a little high.
Just misses.
Ball 4. So Collins goes down to first base. Ethan Edwards now down at second. And here is Caleb Abner, who is the catcher. Caleb Abner hitting .418. That's the top batting average for Eastern. And his on-base percentage is over .502. First pitch is swung on and missed. So Tucker Williams working in a little bit of a jam here. Eastern, a good offensive team, has got two runners on base on a single and a walk. 0-1 pitch. Williams in the stretch, of course. Nice curveball, but stayed a little inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Already some action in the bullpen for Jackson. As we mentioned, Tucker on a pitch count. Rylan Wyatt down there getting some pitches in, warming up. Probably will be the next pitcher for Jackson.
Oh, did they get him? I think they did.
They did, yes. Nice
they
job
get Collins
there.
Down there. Really sneaky move by Tucker Williams, and Gavin Jones was over there waiting for it. Nice throw over there in the placement and nice tag. So that helps the Ironman's cause here.
I'm
That's
a little
out number
surprised
2.
Edwards wasn't running on the pitch over to first base.
And that pitch is fouled away, and Williams has gotten ahead of the cleanup hitter for Eastern. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
There is a runner in scoring position, but boy, it's a big out when you pick one off on the base path.
He's getting the lead down there is Edwards. Simons is right behind him, though, trying to keep him close. 1-2 pitch.
There he goes.
He's running, and the ball is hit in the air. Is it going to be in play for Gavin Jones? He's over. Oh, it hits the top of the dugout.
Yep.
So
Edwards had it stolen pretty easily. Got kind of a running start on that one. Ball was fouled back, and then we didn't get a play on it, so he's back at second base.
Well, you know, when you're running out there, disrupts the defense. Infielders are moving around. It makes the hitter so much better. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Tucker Williams feints towards second base and does not throw. 1-2 pitch coming to Abner. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Looked like a great pitch. That is the 3rd out of the inning for Eastern in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on second. At the end of the first half inning of play, it's the Eastern Eagles nothing and the Jackson Ironmen coming to bat. You're listening and watching Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Go back to the bottom half of the first inning, and the Ironmen come calling. Eastern got a leadoff single, got the runner to second base, but he died there. And so the Ironmen will come to bat with this lineup. Looks like the lineup that Coach McGraw has tossed out there mostly in recent games. Jensen Green is leading off and playing second base. He's usually in that position if Tucker Williams is pitching. So he's the leadoff hitter, done very well in that position. Ryan Simons bats second at shortstop. Nolan Johnson will bat third at center field. Gavin Jones is your cleanup man at first base today. Noah Ernst bats fifth and catch. Tucker Williams, who is the pitcher, bats sixth. Bodie Wolford out in left field bats seventh. Easton McGraw, the third baseman, is in the eighth spot, and Eli Ray is the designated hitter for Ashton Seymour, who is in right field.
As we said, Tucker on a pitch count, Pete, but how big was he? He gives up a single, then a walk, and talk about coming up with two big plays. He picks off the runner off first base. Good tag there by Gavin also, and then strikes out their number 4 hitter, their cleanup hitter, who's batting over 400. So big first inning for Tucker Williams.
All right, for Eastern, their pitcher is going to be Brady Rockhold. Brady Rockhold has an ERA, according to the Max Prep stats, of 1.95. So he is one of the top pitchers for Eastern. So Jensen Green, the left-hander, stands in there.
Steps back out. He's back into the box now. Looks like we're ready to go.
Fastball, a nice bunt down the third baseline. And Jensen Green gets a bunt single without a throw. Very well executed. Did not give it away that he was bunting.
No, almost a perfect bunt. Plus, grass a little bit thick with all the rain we've had this week, and that one just died between third base and home plate. And Jensen easily gets down to first base. Not even a play on him.
Ryan Simons, the shortstop, is up. So both teams start off with a single, and Simons tries to put down a bunt and does not make contact. Strike one. Third baseman is now in on the grass down there. That's Alex Collins.
We mentioned Ryan Simons, all FAC shortstop this year. First team. Actually, there's only one team.
There's a ball, 2 bouncer to the shortstop. They throw to second, one out there, and Green slides in, and the second baseman does not try to throw over to first to get Simons. They do get the lead runner, though. Ryan Simons is on a fielder's choice on a 2 bouncer to the shortstop. Green forced out at second. Here is Nolan Johnson, the center fielder.
Believe Nolan's going to be giving a speech tomorrow night, Pete.
That means that he is one of the valedictorians of the class of 2025.
Exciting moments for him.
And heading to the United States Military Academy, better known as West Point.
And that makes us all very proud.
The Black Knights, and he will be playing football for the Black Knights. Even better. Johnson tries to hold back, but they call it a strike anyway. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Simon's now the new runner at first, and a quick throw over there does the pitcher Rockhold. Eastern wearing green and black, white pants. Ball's hit in the air. The third baseman's going over, but it's going to be out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rockhold wears number 1 on his back. He is a right-hander. Ironmen have not played since last Saturday, a 4-3 win over Portsmouth West. Curveball is hit to the right side, but foul. First baseman is not going to get there in time, and so its count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Guarantee you Coach McGraw really wanted to get this one in today. There were times today I was wondering when the rain was coming down, but the field looks pretty good. For the amount of water that came down today, but I know he wanted this game as a tune-up because the tournament starts Tuesday.
I'm sure both coaches thinking as much about the tournament as they are this game, trying to get players sharp. Curveball stays a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nolan Johnson.
We'll mention it as we go, but Ryan Simons all FAC, but also first team all district.
Just foul, a hard grounder between the third base bag and Coach Josh McGraw there in the coaching box.
Nolan Johnson received all district special mention. He and 6 other actual Jackson Ironman players.
2-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Pitch might have been just a tad outside, and Johnson did not catch up to it. Out number 2, and here is Gavin Jones, the first baseman, better known as the FAC Player of the Year, the 2-time FAC Player of the Year.
Gavin's been selected to play in the District 3 Senior All-Star Series, which is quite an honor. Only one player gets to play in that game from this district, and the last player to do that for Jackson was Caleb McGraw back in 22. But what another honor for Gavin.
Deep fly to left field. It's going back, back. Is it out of here?
It is gone.
Gavin Jones hits one over the left center field wall. We knew that had a chance as soon as it left the bat, and the Ironmen have gone ahead 2-0 on a towering home run by the first baseman, Gavin Jones.
All league, all district, was all Ohio last year. We'll wait on that honor coming soon. Young man certainly showed why on that one. Boy, that was left center field, and you could just tell it was gone the minute it left the bat.
No wind help needed there.
You can almost count on Gavin for a couple RBIs, Pete, just about every game we've done here at Sparky Haller Field.
Here is Noah Ernst, the catcher. Base is now empty, but the Ironmen up 2-0. Curveball in there for a strike. Nice pitch.
Talked to Gavin's grandfather, John Jones, before the game. They just made it back in here for the summer from Florida, and wow, did he pick the right time to get here to Jackson.
Right. Well, I tell you what, Gavin might not let him go home if that's what's going to happen when he's watching
they're
the
here
game.
for the summer, so he can watch them all the way through the tournament, all the way through graduation.
Ernst gets a good swing, but fouls it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Noah Ernst, all FAC, all first team, all district. And as we've documented many times, headed to Ohio University to play baseball there.
Right up the
and get
road.
an education. We got to add both those in there.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Ernst. Pitches low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Rockwood's got a good assortment there on the fastball and the curveball both.
Has a lot of motion on his curve, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Full count pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice pitch.
It painted the outside edge of the plate.
For the Ironmen, 2 runs on 2 base hits, no errors. There was nobody left on base at the end of the first the first full inning of play. It's the Jackson Ironmen 2, the Reedsville Eastern Eagles 0. You're listening and watching Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit VCNBfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we go to the top half of the second inning. The Ironmen leading 2-0 on a towering home run by Gavin Jones after Ryan Simons had reached on a fielder's choice. So both of those young men score. Here in the top of the second, it'll be Robinson Gilmore, Brady Rockhold, and Hunter Needs. We're going to have to watch that second spot, Brady Rockhold. On the score card that we had, Rockhold was listed as a pitcher, but also a designated hitter. So there may be a hitter batting for him. We will see when that spot comes up here in just a minute. Looks like Rockhold is in the batters or in the on deck circle. So he is batting.
Gilmore's a big young man, first baseman for Eastern.
First pitch to Gilmore is swung on and fouled. Strike one. Eastern has, as I said, played several TVC teams. They beat Meigs, the big team in the county, twice. And that hits it in the air and out of play to the right side. They beat our neighbor up the road, Wellston, 5-3. They've also defeated Albany Alexander. And then they lost to Athens 4-1. Pitch is low and away for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gilmore. Tucker walks and throws, swing and a miss. Ernst tags him as the ball came out of his glove, and that is another strikeout for Tucker, his second in a row. And here is the pitcher, Brady Rockhold.
You know, Gavin's shot, Pete, and it was a shot to left center field. Didn't have any advantage of a very breezy day today. As we said, the wind's kind of headed out toward right field. So he fought the wind a little bit to get one as deep, but it went out easily.
Yeah, the air feels a little heavy, but nothing was going to stop that one from going out. Swing and a miss, by the way, from Rockhold to start this at bat. Swing and a miss again, strike 2. Tucker, he'll be giving a speech tomorrow, too.
Yes, he will. So will that third baseman, Easton McGraw.
All right, all valedictorians. 3 out of 6, not bad batting average, if you don't mind the pun.
That average will get you in the Hall of Fame.
Right, 500. Better than Ted Williams. Rockhold fouls away the 0-2 pitch. He's in a hole here. Nice curveball, but Rockhold ruins it. Just able to make contact on a foul ball.
Want to give a couple shout outs. You know, there's some big improvements with our press box this year, and a big thanks goes to Ohio Valley Bank, Ryan Jones. We'd mentioned that earlier, but he had a lot of help also from Tony Johnson, Tim Simetz, and Gary Legg. A shout out to all those people to make more improvements here at Sparky Howler Field.
Ground ball. Easton McGraw's got it on one hop, throw across the diamond, out. 2 up and 2 down here as Easton McGraw makes the play on the slow hit bouncer. Here is the center fielder, Hunter Needs. Going to face a lefty here. Ironman to play in the tournament next Tuesday over at Ohio University against the winner of the Chillicothe Warren local game.
If you can't make it over there, I mean, stay with us. Total Media Sports off YouTube. But remember, it's at a little bit of a unique time frame. 2 o'clock in the afternoon will be the first pitch.
It's foul back. So, you know, if you can't get away from the job or whatever, maybe you can turn on the computer or the iPad and sneak a peek at our broadcast.
It's a Frontier Athletic matchup. It's Chillicothe wins a game to get the opportunity to play the #1 seed Jackson Ironman. The Ironmen have defeated Chillicothe twice this year.
Swing and a miss there, Dan Morrow. Tucker Williams breezes through the second inning with a couple strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left in the middle of the second. It's the Jackson Ironmen 2. The Eastern Eagles nothing. You're listening and watching Jackson Ironman Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Life is unpredictable, but with Dan Daly at State Farm, you can be prepared for anything. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, Dan and his team are here to provide personalized coverage that fits your needs. Get the protection you deserve from a name you trust. Dan Daly State Farm Insurance. Here to help life go right. Visit online or stop by in Jackson, Ohio. You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
6, 7, and 8 hitters. That's Tucker Williams, Bodie Wolford, and Easton McGraw. Jackson 2 runs in the first inning, of course, on the 2-run homer by Gavin Jones. Tucker Williams on the mound for Jackson. We've probably seen the last of him as far as the pitching plan went, but he went 2 shutout innings against the good Eastern offense. Speaking of Tucker Williams, he leads off here in the bottom of the second inning. Fastball is high for ball one.
Rylan Wyant's been the only player to warm up in the bullpen, so we're going to assume we'll see him in the third inning.
Pitch is low, ball two. Red letter day for these seniors, too. Their last day in the classroom was today. They graduate tomorrow night. And Tucker Williams turns on an inside fastball and hits it into the bullpen.
A little ahead of that one, but boy, did he turn and hit it hard.
He did. You might want to keep the ball away from him.
Tucker all league, all district.
Curveball stays high for ball three. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Ooh.
And that pitch hit him in the shoulder. And Tucker will go down to first base. I assume that Rockwood was trying to throw a curveball and it didn't curve. Here is Bodie.
I will say, Tucker turned, but he stood in there and took it for the team there and let it hit him right in the middle of the back.
Right. Reminds you of Ron Hunt.
Yes.
The former pro that got hit
well,
35
he stepped
times in one
into
season. Well, you talk about doing one for the team. There is a bunt put down by Bodie Woodford. It's a nice one. Rockwood's going to throw. They do get Bodie at first, but that does move Tucker over to second. Good play by the pitcher there to get Bodie. That was another pretty good bunt. He gets credit for a sacrifice. Moving over to second is Tucker Williams.
I think Coach McGraw, nice job there. Execution, gets a runner in scoring position, and knowing runs will be precious when you got 2 good baseball teams going at it. Take them when you can.
Williams down at second base now. Pitch was ball 1 to Easton McGraw. He is also a valedictorian. He'll be speaking tomorrow night in front of the big crowd at Alumni Stadium that always turns out for graduation. Curveball, nice when it did get across the plate for strike 1.
Principal Mr. Swackhammer down here a few moments ago, and I'll bet he's a sigh of relief when you look at the weather. It does look like it might be chilly, but no rain in the forecast tomorrow.
Jackson has been so lucky with that over the years since they've
we weren't so lucky in '73.
No,
we were indoors.
we were indoors. I remember 4 years ago, 2000. What was it? 4 years ago, we weren't so lucky. We were outside and it did rain, but we did get it in. And that is up high, ball 4. So Easton McGraw draws a walk. He goes down to first base. 2 runners on base now. And here is Eli Ray. He's going to get a chance. He has seen a lot of action this year, not usually as a starter, but he usually gets in. He pitches some. We may see him today pitching. He is the designated hitter in the spot for Ashton Seymour, who's in right field. First pitch to Eli Ray.
Eli has hit the ball better as the year's gone on, too.
Good athlete.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Didn't get cheated there, but didn't hit it either. No balls and 2 strikes.
Big curveball, and he took a little bit of something off that one. Eli was actually a little ahead of that.
0-2 pitch, and that is hit in the air. The third baseman camps under it. Easy out for out number 2. So we go back to the top of the order now. And here is Jensen Green.
If you want to take a film or a replay of Jensen's bunt, about as perfect as a bunt down the third base line as you could ever hope for in the first inning.
And runners on first and second, which would be a problem for the third baseman if he does it again. But he doesn't. The pitch is outside ball 1. Of course, the last time he really didn't show bunt at all. It was just a well executed.
Jensen, the ultimate Swift's Army knife. He has played just about, and I think Coach McGraw even said he's played literally every position for Jackson this year.
He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Tucker Williams out at second. Down at first is Easton McGraw. 2 outs. Pitch, nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, very good curve there. Looked outside all the way and curved right in and caught plate.
Just a little high there to Rockwood. I think he wanted that pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Outside, ball 4, and the sacks are loaded. Jensen Green draws a 2-out walk. He's at first base. Easton McGraw advances to second base. Down at third now is Tucker Williams. And batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs is Ryan Simets, the shortstop. He hit a grounder to the shortstop that ended up in a force out at second of Green. Simets reached base, but ended up scoring on the home run by Gavin Jones. And Simets swings and fouls the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike.
One thing I feel confident about, the bases are loaded. There are 2 outs. Ryan always puts the bat on the ball.
Curveball just misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Simets, I've noticed this year, a good 2-strike hitter. And he swings and fouls. He's going to get a chance to swing with 2 strikes right now because the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. See if Rockhold tries to angle that curveball in there to get out of this big jam. The bases loaded. Jackson already ahead 2-0. 1-2 pitch. Stays high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eastern doesn't want to let this one get away from him early. Ironmen lead 2-0. Bases loaded. Bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch coming. Outside, ball 3.
Now he's got to come at him.
This is what they call a payoff pitch.
Yes,
of the
it
highest
is.
order.
Runners can be taken off and running.
And they're running.
Ooh.
And that pitch is over Simon's head, and that is going to bring in a run. Tucker Williams scores the 3rd Ironman run, and the bases remain loaded. Easton McGraw now at 3rd. Jensen Green at 2nd, and Ryan Simons gets an RBI the easy way. Pitch was not close, by the way. And that pitch is inside to Nolan Johnson. Ironman now leading 3-0. Rockhold throwing a lot of pitches early in this game.
Ryan did a good job, though, getting behind in the count and working a walk out of it.
Curveball drops in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson was a strikeout victim back in the first. 1-1 pitch, and that is hit in the air. The left fielder going back. He's going back. The left fielder going back, and he makes the catch. A good running catch there. He had to go a long way, but he did haul it in and averts further damage in the inning. So for Jackson in the inning, they get 1 run. Let's see here. Looks like 1 base hit. There was 3 men left on base, no errors. And at the end of 2 full innings of play, it's the Jackson Ironmen 3, the Reedsville Eastern Eagles nothing. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball you're watching and listening to on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit VCNBfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
I said you're on, meaning it's your turn.
We're back here at Sparky Howler Field, and the Ironmen off to a good start here. 2 very good baseball teams. 2 teams are the #1 seed in their district brackets coming up next week, and that's Reedville Eastern taking on our Jackson Ironmen. Ironmen have the 3-0 lead. 2 runs in the first on the Gavin Jones mammoth home run to left center field, and a run manufactured kind of in the second when Reedville Eastern walked 3 batters, hit another one. The Ironmen get an RBI walk from Ryan Simets, so it's 3-0 Jackson on the mound. We have Raylan Wyatt. He is on the mound. We have seen Raylan a number of times this year. Rylan Wyatt. 2 good innings pitched by Tucker Williams. And Eastern will come to the plate with their number 8 hitter. That is Blaze. Is that the way you have it, Pete?
Blaze, yes.
Gilmore. Blaze Gilmore, the right fielder. Two Gilmores in the lineups.
And
They're
Tucker,
both big-sized young men.
Tucker has moved to second, as we might have guessed. And is Jensen out in right now? Or maybe Jensen is DHing now. I'm not sure.
We'll have to tell. It's hard
Can't
to
see who's out there in right field.
Yeah.
Looks like Jensen maybe.
That ball is fouled back. 1-1 the count.
Rylan Wyant is pitching. There's been a few Wyants come through the Jackson
And
baseball
they all
program,
can play
right?
baseball, can't they?
Right. Rylan, only a sophomore. Very promising career, perhaps.
I think his Uncle Joey just had a birthday. He was a 3-sport athlete here at Jackson High School a number of years ago. Ryland's 2-1 is grounded up the middle. It is scooped up by Ryan Simets and makes a nice throw. Good play by Simets. He comes all the way over to the second base side of the bag, picks it up, and still gets the out.
Very nice play by the shortstop Simets, but can't say I'm surprised.
No, we're not shocked. There's a reason you're all league and all district. Lance Hensler, the left fielder, the next batter up. Wyatt in the motion, in the pitch. It's down low. Ball 1. $19 wins for this Eastern team. They play a very challenging schedule for a Division V squad. There's a pitch that's going to be called strike. 1-1 the count. 23 wins for this Jackson Ironman team. They have hopes, Pete, of maybe being the winningest team in Jackson history.
Well, you know what? I asked Coach McGraw about that because, of course, he's strung through, 5 20-win seasons now.
Yes.
He can't remember what the most wins he's had. He said maybe 23. He is pretty sure that the Hunter Sexton team that we remember that went to the regional, they did not win that many total, even though they did go to the regional that year.
Well, the first lady of baseball, like to call her, Terry McGraw, makes a lot of things happen here at ball games. She's pretty sure we've never won 25, or her husband hasn't. So there is a ball swung at, and it will be a strikeout. Second out of the inning. Nice job, Wyatt, coming in, getting the first 2 batters.
That was a very nice slow curve from the sophomore.
Yes, it was. And Ethan Edwards, outstanding leadoff hitter. He has the lone hit in the game so far for Eastern, but he was stranded at second base. 2 outs, nobody on. Eastern's 1 through 4 hitters, Pete Wilson, as you had statistics, outstanding hitters in the top half of their lineup. The pitch to Edwards. A little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Windy, kind of blustery, cool day for late into May here at Sparky Haller Field.
Kicking up a little bit more. Now, you know, the weather can change in a minute, but the last time that I looked, there is a slight chance of rain before this game is over. Looked like about the 6 o'clock hour, a 30% chance.
We'll take 30%.
That means 70% chance it won't rain.
That's
Let's be
what
optimistic.
I was my train of thought. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Leadoff hitter Ethan Edwards at the plate. The pitch is a little bit outside. That will be a walk. Edwards has gotten on twice in this contest. 1 single and now a walk. He is the 25 stolen base runner for them, so obviously anytime a threat to run.
You know, when you're averaging more than 1 stolen base a game,
you're pretty good.
In high school, remember it's a 7-inning game. You're a threat to run.
And he has he has the ability to get on first base. You got to get on first base before you can steal second. There's a throw over to keep him.
Of course,
thinking about it, the left-handed Raylan Wyatt obviously has a good look at him over there.
That's the advantage of the southpaw.
From the stretch. That ball is popped up in the air and out of play.
And you know what? We have a foul chaser over there. He almost was able to catch the ball in the air, perfectly positioned behind us.
Brenner Wooten doing a great job back there chasing the foul balls down. There is a pitch gets away from Noah Ernst, and so Edwards will easily get over to second base on the wild pitch. Still 2 outs, though. But as for the second time in this contest, a runner in scoring position for Eastern. Aiden Wilhelm, the second baseman, is up. He flied out. Was to left field in the first inning. Or it was right field.
It was right field.
Right field, yep. There's a pitch that's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raylan gets ahead of the count on him. Takes a peek back at the runner at second. He comes to the plate, and that's a curveball. There's a throw down to third. It was a little bit high by Noah Ernst. The steal takes place. Had a good running start. The pitch was high and outside. Oh, was he off the bag? He slid off the bag because he had it beat. The head coach, Stewart.
It's batter interference. Eric Landrum here with us. He caught something that we didn't. It was batter interference.
Interesting. Well, that is the third out on this attempted steal to third base. So through 2.5 innings, it is your Jackson Ironman 3, Eastern Meigs 0. We'll be back in 1 minute. Take a listen to our sponsors. They make all this possible.
So I guess he got in the way of.
A healthy, confident smile starts here at Southern Ohio Smiles. Whether you need a routine cleaning, cosmetic dentistry, or advanced dental care, our expert team is here to make your experience comfortable and stress-free. We're committed to providing top-quality care for the whole family. Schedule your appointments today at southernohiosmiles.com. Southern Ohio Smiles, brightening smiles, one patient at a time. Visit us online or call today to book your appointment.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball on WYPC. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
New pitcher 5 in the game from Eastern Meigs, number 5. I've got their roster here, Pete Wilson, and that is Clay Moore. Looks like Moore from the coach. I will say from the coach's handwriting.
Clay Moore, okay.
They're probably thinking the same thing. They don't want to wear out their top pitchers with the tournament coming up next week. Ironman have the 3-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and the young man with the biggest hit in this contest, Gavin Jones, up at the plate. He had a towering 2-run home run in the first inning over the left center field fence to give the Ironman a 2-0 lead. Then multiple walks. And a walk with the bases loaded by Ryan Simons gave us a 3-0 lead. Now we're in the bottom of the third. Left-hander.
Yep, slightly
Clay
built
Moore.
lefty is Clay Moore.
First pitch is a strike. We've said through watching Gavin all year long, likes to take a peek or two at a pitch or so before he puts the bat off his shoulder. The 0-1 pitch, that's a slow curveball that hung a little bit high and outside.
Moore comes in with a 2.49 ERA, which is pretty good. You do that in the pros, and you might be up for an award.
You're going to pitch in the All-Star game. There's a swing and a miss. He took something off that curveball. Gavin a little ahead of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gavin hits a shot down the left field line, but well foul. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One thing I've noticed on Gavin, he has a good eye, but he seldom swings and misses. He may take a strike, but he seldom swings and misses.
That pitch is low. 2-2 the count. You know, Pete Wilson, we've talked about all the awards, the players on this team. We haven't mentioned one big award, and that's Coach McGraw down there at third base in the third base box. Wins the Division III Coach of the Year for the second year in a row.
And why not with that record?
Oh, foul tipped, but caught by the catcher, so they were able to get Gavin Jones out. Our good buddy Steve Lloyd checking in from Florida. I think he's enjoyed watching and listening to our broadcast of this Jackson Ironman baseball team. He played on some good baseball teams, was a very good baseball player himself. But this team 23-1 has sure been fun to watch this year. There is a shot foul down the left field line. Noah Ernst turned on that one. That would have been up against the big black left field fence there, I think, if he'd have kept it in play.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, if the Ironmen can sit on the curveball, they might have some success, because that's mostly what we've seen from the young left-hander.
The 0-1 to Noah is hit pretty hard and into the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. A single for the outstanding catcher for the Jackson Ironmen. Brings up Tucker Williams, pitched 2 very strong innings in this contest, then relinquished the job over to Raylan Wyatt. Tucker took over his second base position. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, scored 1 of the 3 runs for the Ironmen. I think we got a pinch runner in the contest, Pete. And it is Braden Mannering. We've seen him in this role before.
Of course, we remember that Noah Ernst early in the year was nursing a hamstring. Didn't turn out to be real serious, but not a bad deal there for coach putting a pinch runner for Noah Ernst as Jackson getting ready to go into the tournament.
The sad story is senior Garrett Legg is out for the remainder of the season. He has been fighting a hamstring issue that we understand is truly a little bit of a tear, so he won't be playing. Garrett Legg had a great basketball season and was very solid for this baseball team. There is a bunt, and it's a dandy. Tucker Williams trying to leg it out. He does, and that's an infield hit for Tucker. With the bunt single.
Nice play by the pitcher, but pulled him off the bag, plus Tucker can run well.
There is one out. Bodie Wooford, though, gets up here with 2 runners on, back-to-back singles, one by Noah Ernst, the next by Tucker Williams. Bodie had a beautiful sacrifice bunt in the second inning to advance Tucker Williams over to second base. Let's see what Bodie can do here with 2 on, 1 out, here in the bottom of the third inning. Lefty coming to the plate against Bodie. That curveball catches the outside edge. Strike 1. Mannering getting a lead off second base. Pitcher looks back at him. There is a shot by Bodie, but right at the shortstop. They're able to get the runner headed toward second. Bodie able to leg it out, get to first base. So we got runners on the corners. Boy, Bodie hit that hard, Pete. If it wasn't right at the shortstop, that's a single anywhere if it's not right at a player.
No, nice play by the shortstop to kind of be on the move and able to stay with that, and did at least get a force out on it, or it could have been a lot worse.
Runners on the corner. Easton McGraw up. He walked in his first attempt. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Moore doesn't quite have the fastball that the previous pitcher had, Pete Wilson, but I think the Ironmen just need to time it up a little bit. Bodie certainly did. There goes Bodie running. Now they got him run down, then Bodie will be able to walk into second base as they threw short, trying to hope that Mannering was going to run toward home plate. He didn't, so we now have 2 runners in scoring position. Easton McGraw up there with a 1-1 count, and first base is open. Pitch to Easton is a curveball. It stays high and outside.
Every time that happens, Dan, it looks like that someone's going to make an out and no one's going to score, but it usually works out for the Ironmen somehow. They may not score, but they usually get the other guy to second base.
There is a ball popped up. It is in the infield. Second baseman camps under it, makes the catch. Ironmen, for the first time in tonight's game, do not score a run, but after 3 full innings of play, it is your Jackson Ironmen 3, Eastern Meigs 0. Appreciate you watching Jackson Ironman Baseball here on YouTube under Total Media Sports. We'll be right back. Weather looks a little...
A healthy, confident smile starts here at Southern Ohio Smiles. Whether you need a routine cleaning, cosmetic dentistry, or advanced dental care, our expert team is here to make your experience comfortable and stress-free. We're committed to providing top-quality care for the whole family. Schedule your appointments today at southernohiosmiles.com. Southern Ohio Smiles, brightening smiles, one patient at a time. Visit us online or call today to book your appointment.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball on WYPC. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
3 innings in the books. Jackson 3, Eastern Meigs 0. 2 teams that are #1 seeds in their district tournaments. Both will be playing next week. Eastern doesn't play till Thursday night, I don't think, Pete Wilson. The Ironmen go right back at it after the Memorial Day weekend. And their contest will take place at 2 o'clock over at OU, taking on Chillicothe Cavaliers. But let's take care of business tonight first as the Ironmen trying to pick up win number 24 on this season. Raylan Wyant on the mound, pitched a very good first inning of work. Tucker Williams went the first 2 innings, Raylan the third. He is there now in the 4th, top of the 4th inning, and this is the meat of the order for Eastern. It's Aiden Wilhelm. He flew out in the first inning.
Actually, Aiden Wilhelm was called out on the batter's interference. I'm not sure how that goes down in the scorebook, but it's Alex Collins batting.
You're right. You're right. I forgot to write that down.
I don't know whether that's a strikeout or what it is, but he is the man who was retired.
Alex Collins with the gaudy stats, both their 3rd and 4th hitter, both around 400 hitters for the season. They've been the heart of this order. No balls, 2 strikes. And there was a curveball fouled out of play and just misses a car on Huron Street.
That was within 4 feet.
Yes, it was. That curve stays a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter here in the 4th inning, Alex Collins. That pitch is fouled back over the screen.
You know, they used to have a sign, I don't think it's there anymore, warning traffic baseball activity. I don't think that's going to help you a whole lot if a foul ball comes your way about 70 miles per hour and you're moving.
That ball was fouled back again here on the right side across Huron Street. 3 in a row out of play. Keeping Brenner Wooten busy over there. That ball is hit down the left field side, the left of the infield, but it's foul. Collins doing a good job. He's behind in the count, but fouling off numerous pitches.
That time it was the opposite way.
It's breezy and very cloudy. Pete Wilson looks a little bit ominous there, coming from us over our left shoulder. There is a shot to left center field. That will drop in for a hit. Fielded cleanly by Bodie Wolford out there, but it is a solid single, and that is the 2nd hit of the contest for Eastern. That's their leadoff batter on, and Caleb Abner, the catcher is coming up. We caught him on a called strike, but he's the one with very gaudy stats for the season. Rowan Gilmore is on deck. Once again, Raylan being a lefty gets a pretty good look at him over at first base. That first pitch is fouled back. Raylan's throwing strikes.
That is very good. You'll want to help him by walking.
And that's been one of the other strengths for this baseball team, our Jackson team. We field the ball very well.
Field the ball very well, and just don't beat. What's the old saying? Don't beat yourself.
Right.
Jackson doesn't do that very often. And well, when you've only lost one, obviously that's the truth.
We pitch it well, we field it well, and when we hit the ball, we're almost unbeatable this season. There's the throw over to first base.
Ryland, a nice move over there. Batter or the runner really wasn't that far off the base, but a good move.
There's the pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runner on first base. Leadoff single by Alex Collins. Second hit of the contest for Eastern Meigs. That ball is hit to shortstop Ryan Simons. Kicks it over to Tucker Williams. And the throw to first, and it is a double play. Beautiful job there by Simons to Williams to Jones. And the Ironmen get the double play. I think that's our 3rd one we've seen here at home games this year, Pete Wilson.
And what were you just saying about the defense?
It's pretty good.
I knew they were going to get the force out unless there was an error, I didn't have a lot of hopes to get the guy at first.
Tucker turned that very quickly. Gavin dug out the throw, and we get the double play. Nobody on, 2 outs.
And Simons put it in a good place for Tucker to turn and throw.
Yep.
So really all the way, and Gavin stretched a little bit to make the put out.
Rowan Gilmore to the plate with 2 outs. He struck out in his first attempt in the 2nd inning. Pitch a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Once again, the Ironmen, if you're just getting with us, have the 3-0 lead. A 2-run home run by Gavin Jones in the 1st inning. Picked up another run in the 2nd. That's a swing and a miss. Jackson trying to get their 24th win on this season. That pitch just outside. Nope, called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch is outside, so it's a full count. Rowan Gilmore, the first baseman. Gilmore brothers, 2 of them in the lineup today. That pitch is a little high and outside. It will be a walk. Second runner of the inning, but the first one was picked off on the double play. That will bring up the starting pitcher in today's contest, Brady Rockhold. He grounded out in his first attempt in the 2nd inning. First pitch is a strike. Two outs, 1 on. Curveball hangs a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll see assistant coach Williams is going to take the walk out and talk things over with Rylan Wyant. And how many times this year has that little discussion between Coach Williams and whoever the pitcher is turned out to be very successful?
Well, Rylan pitching very well, but Coach Williams must have seen something there, and that was maybe that last pitch or few pitches.
Sometimes it's mechanics. Other times it's just to settle somebody down.
Well, nobody.
Valued assistant has been for a number of years now with Coach McGraw.
Right. Well, I'm sure he knows his pitchers very well.
There is a ball fouled back and over out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Ironman with the 3-0 lead. There's a curveball. It is popped up in the air. We will have a play on it. Ryan Simets camps underneath it and makes the out. So after 3.5 innings of play, it is your Jackson Ironman 3, Eastern Meigs 0. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over at Low Rock Bottom Presses, one of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio, with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, teddy bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Thank you once again to all our sponsors, Pete Wilson. They've been so very special. The effort by Total Media to get our ball games on, all the home games for the Jackson Ironman. And now we have done, I think, 7 girls softball games. That's been a treat. And how about a shout out to our softball team?
Oh, yes. How about that? Let's talk about that. A big victory last night over Waverly, 5-0. A dominating pitching performance by junior Serenity Taylor, 15 strikeouts, and a feel-good victory. And they will be playing a team that has a like record as they do, plays in the tough Mid-State League, Logan Elm Lady Braves, so that should be a honey of a district championship game.
How about a shout-out to administrators? They've moved that game from 5 o'clock tomorrow at Logan to 3 o'clock. That's for any of the seniors that might be graduating, so that is very special. We will be there to bring that game to you. Pete Wilson, you're going to be covering graduation and numerous things, so I've got a special young man that's going to help us, and that's Eric Landrum. He has more baseball knowledge than you and I put together. That's going to be fun.
There is no doubt. He was even a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how smart he is.
Well, and he also hit 6 threes at Vinton County in basketball, and I remember that very well. So that'll be fun tomorrow afternoon. There's a pitch to Eli Ray. Down 0-2 in the count. Eli popped it up in the air in his first at bat. Second plate appearance. Swing and a miss. Be a strikeout. First out of this inning. Jensen Green coming up. Jensen has not got out yet. He got a bunt single in the first, a walk in the second. He will now bat from the right side, as Jensen is a true switch hitter, as they have the lefty on the mound in Clay Moore. Mainly this year, we've seen Jensen hitting from that left side because you normally see right-handed pitchers. First pitch is a strike. Across the letters. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pretty quick moving game. In a well-pitched game. That curveball hangs outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
About everything is slow, the curveball or changing speeds.
Yep.
But
look here.
Well, thank you very much.
Terry McGraw treating us. We ordered pops, and she brought them right to us, the first lady of baseball. There's a swing and a miss to Jensen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, it's gotten chilly, Pete Wilson.
Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour.
There's a ball hit in the air. Let's see if it can find a spot. It does. It falls right in between the second baseman and the right fielder, and that is a single for Jensen. He is on base for the 3rd straight time in tonight's game.
Well, the right fielder, the center fielder, and the second baseman were all running as fast as they could towards that, but you couldn't place it in there any better than what Jensen Green did. A clean hit, even though you basically can say it was a pop-up.
Ryan Simets has been on with a fielder's choice, scored a run in the first inning. Then he got a walk with the bases loaded in the second. That gives him an RBI, so he scored a run. He's batted in a run. He's got a runner on first base with 1 out. Decorated shortstop for the Ironman. Fouls this one back to the screen. 0-1 pitch to Ryan. Oh, there's a throw over to first base. They've got Jensen in a rundown, but no, he beats it out and slides in before they can throw to the shortstop. He can't get the tag on. So that results in a stolen base for Jensen Green. Shows you his speed on the base paths. Now we got a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Ryan Simets at the plate. The 0-1 pitch. It's hit hard down the line, and it's fair. That's going to go down the left field line. Left fielder is going to grab it, but Jensen Green's going to score easily, and Ryan ends up with a double. Hit that ball hard, basically right on the chalk line down left field. He gets his second RBI. Does Ryan Simets. Nolan Johnson comes to the plate, runner in scoring position still. That is Simets, and the Ironmen have the 4-0 lead. Boy, Ryan turned on that one nicely. There's a pitch, a swing and a miss by Nolan Johnson. Nolan has struck out and flied out. Another swing and a miss on a curveball. 0-2 the count to Nolan. Gavin Jones on deck. And that pitch just a touch low, 1 ball. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scoreboard a little behind. 1 out, runner on second. That is Ryan Simets. There's a swing and a miss, but there's a throw down, and Ryan Simets has stolen second or third base. Strikeout by Nolan Johnson, and that brings up Gavin Jones with a runner on third.
And now,
and what was that one?
Have we been called batter's interference again?
I think we have.
Yes, we have.
Wow. Coach McGraw having the discussion with the home plate umpire, but that will be a 3rd out. The Ironmen did score a run. So after 4 complete innings of play, it is the Jackson Ironmen 4, Eastern Meigs 0. We'll be back with 5th inning action here. Jackson Ironmen baseball in just 1 minute.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
We'll let you take over. I did get 1 run. You got 3 in your 2 innings. So
okay, well, who's counting? You're obsessed with that.
Well,
only because it's worked out to your favor this year.
Most of the time this year, it's been to my benefit.
Well, okay. The bottom line is there's a total of 4 runs for the Ironmen and nothing for Reidsville Eastern, as the combination of 2 innings of Tucker Williams and 2 innings of Rylan Wyatt have kept this very good Eastern team off the scoreboard. Jackson's been able to score 4 now, scoring 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 more here in the fourth. As we go to the 5th, it will be Hunter Needs, Blaze Gilmore, and Lance Hensler scheduled. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and Rylan Wyatt, who's pitched 2 shutout innings, will get to come out for inning number 3.
How about a unique situation, Pete Wilson? 2 batter interference calls, 1 for each team in this contest. 2 more than I've seen all year long.
And we don't see it very often. Or maybe it happens more often and it's not called.
That is possibly true.
Lefty against lefty here, and first pitch is down low, ball 1.
Center fielder Needs. He struck out in his first time up.
Ironmen trying to win game number 24 of the season. Nice fastball, or I thought it was. Ball 2.
I think one reason Needs really hugs the plate. It looked like that last pitch by Ryland was a good pitch, but it was just a little outside.
That pitch is right down the middle for strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike. Of course, Needs would love to get on with a walk with his team down 4 runs here as we are in the 5th inning. And that ball is hit in the air, but it's going to be an easy put out for Simons there. Kind of a cue ball off the end of the bat. And Simons gathers it in for out number 1. So here's Blaze Gilmore. He grounded out to Simons back in the 3rd inning. Fastball. Wyatt stays a little high, ball 1. So all your sports, Total Media Sports YouTube fans that enjoyed watching the baseball and softball, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, as the Jackson Iron Ladies go for a district title against the Logan Elm Lady Braves. Count to Gilmore is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Logan Elm defeated Gallia Academy in that nightcap last night, 3-1. Coach Brandon Stevens said Logan Elm has an excellent pitcher, so could be a pitcher's duel tomorrow.
Well, that means there will be 2 excellent pitchers in that contest.
Swing and a miss as Wyatt gets Gilmore to go fishing.
You know, one of the strengths of this team has been the 2 senior pitchers, pitcher 1A, 1B, and Tucker Williams and Gavin Jones. But Ryland Wyatt's going to be a big factor on the mound next year for the Ironmen, isn't he?
He is going to be. You figure that he might have pitched a whole lot more with a less experienced pitching staff.
You're so right.
Lance Hensler struck out the first time and takes a strike on the first pitch. Down low, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Very overcast afternoon here at Sparky Howler Field. Being more overcast by the minute.
Curveball, nice. Hensler just fouls it at the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We might be lucky enough, Pete. The clouds are, it looks like there's some clearing behind him if we get him past this.
This is like the last week in March we've had some
It does feel like it.
Fouled out of play, still strike 2. Ironmen have had somebody warming up in the bullpen, so we could see another pitcher here after this inning, possibly. And that pitch is hit in between Tucker Williams and the right fielder, perfectly placed. So a low line or a line drive, looping line drive over the second baseman's head in front of the right fielder will keep the inning alive. Hensler on at first base, and we go back up to the top of the order, and Ethan Edwards, who has drawn 2 walks.
We've yet to get Ethan out, haven't we?
Usually get behind him in the count, it seems like. And he takes a nice curveball in there for strike 1.
Actually, it's a single and a walk. He had a single in the first.
Single and a walk, I'm sorry, yeah. Single and a walk. He's been on twice. Swing and a miss, strike 2. We've learned how to read the umpire. The grunt comes before the signal. Yeah. So listen for the grunt on the strikes. Trying to do the best we can here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Nice curveball hit at Tucker Williams. He's got it cleanly over to first base to get the speedy Edwards. Another shutout inning for Ryland Wyatt, and 5 now for the Ironmen in the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Middle of the 5th, still the Jackson Ironmen lead. It's 4 for the Ironmen and 0 for the Reedsville Eastern Eagles. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Buying a new home is now an easy process when you work with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services of Southern Ohio. Howard Hanna offers several one-stop shopping options that include mortgage, title, and insurance, along with some awesome buyer and seller exclusive programs such as a 100% money-back guarantee, the Buy Before You Sell program, and the Apartment Dwellers Trade-In program. Call Donna and the McNerlin Group at 740-577-9551 to find out what works for you. Go green and gold and call it sold.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Top half of the sixth inning here, bottom half of the fifth inning rather, as the Ironmen come to bat, leading 4-0. It'll be Gavin Jones leading off. He had that big 2-run homer in the first inning, struck out in the third, so he's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs.
Interesting note, Pete Wilson, after the game tonight, weather permitting obviously, here on Sparky Howler Field, Gavin Jones is going to officially sign his letter of intent to go to Shawnee State.
And that pitch is hit in the air. The shortstop's going to have an easy can of corn here, and he's got it for the first out.
Number 25, Noah
Ernst has struck out and had a hard single. He's 1 for 2. It was a ground ball single. So the curveballer Moore has done a pretty good job, giving up just 1 run to the Ironmen. Had him off balance sometimes with that curveball. That is hit in the air. Right fielder coming in, got it. So quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth for the Ironmen, and here comes Tucker Williams, who was hit by a pitch and put down a bunt single. Scored a run.
Seems like a while ago, but Tucker pitched the first 2 innings of the contest for Jackson, did an outstanding job, gave up no runs.
Trying to make sure he stays sharp for the tournament next week. The Ironmen hope to play 2 games next week. And there's a line drive single by the diving third baseman into left field, and Tucker takes the big turn, but he will settle through a single. His second hit of the game, he's been on all 3 times.
Bodie Wooford, Pete Wilson, had a good sacrifice bunt, but boy, did he hit a shot in the 3rd inning right at the shortstop. If he hits it anywhere away from a player, that's an easy hit. So let's see if he can get the bat on the ball again. Bodie came up with 2nd team all-district honors this year.
Takes a curveball in there for a strike. Bodie perhaps hoping to get a first pitch fastball, didn't get it. Throws over to first. Tucker not too far off base. Once again, Moore is a lefty. Same advantage as Rylan Wyan has had, looking right at that runner over there.
Tucker's scored a run in this contest and a very good base threat.
And there's a line drive into right
field. They're not going to get to that.
That's going to get by the right fielder. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Tucker Williams is on third. He is going to come around and try to score. The throw comes into the shortstop. And so Bodie Wooford scorches one to right center field, easily scoring Tucker Williams. The Ironmen's lead has been extended to 5-0.
Second run of the game for Tucker Williams. Bodie hit the ball hard his last time out. It resulted in an out, a hard luck out. That time he just hit a shot between center fielder and right fielder all the way to the fence.
Easton McGraw comes up. He has reached on a walk and popped up to the second baseman. Ironmen now 5 runs. They've scored 5 runs in 4 different innings. An extra base hit there for Wooford, who has hit the ball hard today. And that bouncer right back to the pitcher, Moore, results in the 3rd out of the inning as Easton McGraw is retired. In the inning, though, for the Ironmen, they do tack on 1 more. 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base after 5 full innings of play. It's now the Jackson Ironmen 5, the Reedsville Eastern Eagles 0. This is your Jackson Ironmen Baseball Network on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom presses. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, teddy bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
Life is unpredictable, but with Dan Daly at State Farm, you can be prepared for anything. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, Dan and his team are here to provide personalized coverage that fits your needs. Get the protection you deserve from a name you trust. Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Visit online or stop by in Jackson, Ohio.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Getting late in this one, the Ironmen now lead 5-0 after scoring another run in the bottom of the 5th. And Rylan Wyatt, Dan, 3 innings in relief, has given up no runs and really given the Ironmen a good shot in the arm as they were going to test their depth a little bit today with some of their second-line pitchers, and he has really rose to the occasion.
Oh, my. Couple hits, couple walks, but you know what the big number is? 3 big zeros up there for the Ironmen, and they hold the 5-0 lead.
And the first pitch to Wilhelm, who was out on a batter's interference back in the 3rd inning, flied out to right the first time. He's 0 for 2. Pitches a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike, a little bit outside.
Meat of the order once again for this Eastern Meigs team.
Curveball.
Nice curve.
Called strike 2.
That one hung up high for a while and then just dropped right in over the plate.
1-2 pitch coming. Nice curveball, but this one dips a little low. Good breaker, though. A lot of movement on that curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball. Simons has to go deep into the hole, and he's not going to be able to make the throw. That's going to be a base hit. Would have taken an outstanding throw by Simons to get Wilhelm. Not sure he would have if he would have made the throw.
Hit the ball decent, but the grass kind of gobbled that one up. Pete Wilson and Ryan had to charge it, backhand it, just really didn't have an opportunity to make the play.
Here is Alex Collins, the 3rd baseman. He has walked and hit into a fielder's, walked and singled, so he's been on twice.
This is the 3rd inning that Eastern has got their leadoff batter on, but the Ironmen still have all goose eggs up there against them. They've got a couple of the batters to second base.
Fastball stays outside for ball 1.
Batter interference call in the 3rd inning didn't allow him to get a runner to 3rd yet.
Well, we haven't seen the sun in this game, but I believe it's not quite as threatening as it was 15 minutes ago, Dan.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to see any sun today.
That ball is hit in the air and out of play. And a young man on a bicycle, he might have been passing through. He's going to retrieve that one.
Nicely done. It's over there in the tall grass. He's hunting for it.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Nice curveball is hit. Is it going to stay in play? No, it's in foul territory, actually over the fence, or in the bullpen, I think. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Haven't got Collins out yet, Pete Wilson, with a walk and a single. This would be an opportune time to get him. 3rd hitter in the lineup here for Eastern. Boy, do we get a little bit of sun coming through?
I don't know. It's brightening. The sky's a little brighter.
Yes,
I'm not sure I see the sun yet. 1-2 pitch. Nice curveball. And he ruined a good pitch there.
Yes.
Well placed and
well, I think he's a really good hitter. You can just tell. They're 3rd and 4th hitter in this lineup.
He fouled off a lot of pitches in his last at-bat before he singled, if you recall. And that pitch is scolded to center field. That's going to Nolan Johnson, catches up to it. Nice job. He was actually shifted just a little bit towards right, it looked like, and he got on his horse, and I wasn't sure he was going to get that, but he ran it down.
That's Nolan Johnson, Pete.
Exactly.
Excellent speed, and boy, made that one look easier than it was.
Well, I've been blessed with a athletic center fielder last year, Cade Wolford. He graduates, and you get somebody similar to him and Nolan Johnson out in center field this year.
Cade in the crowd tonight watching his young brother Bodie, who had that big RBI double in the last inning.
Cade, of course, finished his first year at Kent State University. That is a Division I football team. Got in some games. That pitch is Seymour going over in foul
Has a
territory.
play.
He's got it. And he throws.
That's actually Jensen.
Oh,
Green.
Jensen. Yeah, Jensen out
Jensen
there.
Green.
I wondered who was out
Well,
there.
he had to turn around, so I saw the 19.
Okay, Jensen Green out there in right field, his second position of the game. And with 2 outs, this is going to bring up Rowan Gilmore. Gilmore has struck out and walked. Big, beefy first baseman. Nice pitch off speed. Well placed, strike one.
You know, we were talking about Cade and his tenure at Kent State. One thing he's going to do is outwork literally everybody on that roster. He will find the field some way.
Right, I tell you what, he was always talented, ballyhooed athlete coming up through, but his progression from his junior year to his senior year on the football field was something to behold. And there's a line drive to center field. I don't know whether Johnson's going to get this one. It's over his head. He goes to get the ball, throws it into Simons. Here comes the runner around third, and he is going to put the brakes on. And so
they did not want to challenge Ryan Simons' arm there.
Gilmore scolded one to center field. That one Johnson couldn't quite catch up with. He did retrieve it, get it back in, and Wilhelm pulls up after rounding third, and now with 2 runners on base, third and second. Looks like we might have a new pitcher. Coach McGraw.
We're going to bring Bodie Wooford in from left field. Looks like he's going to move Jensen Green over from right field to left field, and we'll see Eli Ray take Jensen's position out in right field. Bodie will get some warm-up pitches here, as he was not able to warm up in the bullpen, obviously, being a fielding player. But nice job by Rylan Wyant there, Pete Wilson. 3+ innings, no runs given up yet. We'll see if Bodie Wooford can get a big out here and keep this potential multi-pitching shutout going.
Well, Bodie has, as a sophomore or as a junior, has stepped into a starting position. He played a lot as a sophomore, but has stepped into a starting position both as a pitcher and as a position player, and has really delivered.
Would you say one of the more improved players on this baseball team from last year?
Absolutely, and plays with poise and smartness out there. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, seems to have a handle on what he's doing. And you can certainly see it when he pitches. He always stays under control. And that leads me around to something I was going to say earlier. The most runs that Jackson's given up in any game this year is 7, and that's something said in a 24-game season. And then another thing that makes them successful, in addition to just the ability and the talent, is they don't give up a lot of walks.
No, we do not. And that is special.
Is a recipe for disaster if that's what you do. And also, of course, the fielding, that's been
Fielding has been
too.
outstanding.
I haven't seen all the games because, we don't do the road games, but I think the most errors I can remember Jackson committing in a game was 3.
Well, think of our experience in the infield when you have Gavin Jones, 2-time player of the year at first base, Tucker Williams, all FAC at second base, Ryan Simets, all FAC at shortstop, Easton McGraw, fielding has been his strength all through his career, all district honorable mention this year. So our infield is very solid. So it's up to our pitchers not to walk batters. Let your fielders make the plays.
Well, Brady Rockhold is up. He was a starting pitcher. Big situation for Eastern. If they're going to have a chance in this game, they need to make hay of the fact that they've got 2 runners in scoring position with just an inning and a third to play.
Fastball by Bodie. His first pitch is a called strike.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air. Johnson coming in. The second baseman going out. Who's going to take it? The center fielder Johnson does. That was the wise choice. He's coming in, has a better chance to make that play, and he does. So Wolford gets a key third out there to keep Eastern off the scoreboard. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. Middle of the 6th, Jackson continues to lead. It's the Ironman 5, the Eagles nothing. This is Jackson Ironman Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Monroe's Frame and Collision. Our work says it all. For the best in repair. See the people who care. We make it easy to do, cause we care about you. Go with Monroe, we'll get you on the road. We make it oh so easy. Monroe's Frame and Collision. Our work says it all.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
You're on.
We're here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Ironmen lead 5-0, and we've got a new pitcher for Eastern, their 3rd pitcher of the game. It is Ethan Edwards, and he may be in the game as the 3rd pitcher, but he actually has the top ERA on this team, 1.38. How is that for an ERA?
That's pretty good. That's Bob Gibson-like. Sandy Koufax-like.
Probably in Gavin Jones territory.
Gavin Jones-like. How's that for Gavin Jones getting thrown in with those 2 names? Hey, you know what a 2 pitching effort by Bodie Wooford to come in with 2 runners in scoring position and allow the Ironmen to keep this shutout intact, a 3-pitcher shutout going on so far.
I tell you what, a good Bob Gibson story. I read it the other day. I forget the other player that was involved, but a player in one of Gibson's last games hit a home run on him. They had an old-timers game about 20 years later. Gibson faced the same batter and hit him with the first pitch.
That would be, yeah, Bob Gibson, what a pitcher. And that was in our era to get to watch him pitch. He was special.
0-1 pitch from Edwards is outside for ball 1. Eli Ray up. He has struck out and flied out, 0 for 2. And Eli Ray turns on it deep to left field, and the left fielder makes a wonderful play right at the base of the black monster out there. But Eli Ray, boy, did he hit it hard right there.
Turned, pulled it, drilled it. Left fielder playing him pretty deep, able to run back there and make an over-the-shoulder catch.
Well, we go back to the top of the order, and Jensen Green, who has singled, reached on a walk and singled again.
With a stolen base.
That too.
Pretty good effort by Jensen. He's played second base, right field, and left field in this contest.
Fastball is a little bit high and outside for ball 1.
Chameleon, he can play anywhere and looks good doing it.
And he puts another bunt down. It's well placed. The pitcher's got it, throws to first base. It's just safe at first base. Edwards has an arm, and he made that a very close play at first base, but the umpire says Jensen beat it out.
Could you ask any more out of a leadoff hitter than to have 3 singles, 2 bunt singles involved, a stolen base, and a walk in his 4 plate appearances?
Well, here's Ryan Simons up. He had a big double that drove in a run the last time, the Ironman's 5th run. He has also scored a run as well. 2 RBIs. He had a bases-loaded walk one of these at-bats.
His double was a rocket down the left field line, just fair.
Considering the caliber of this Reedsville Eastern team, a good tune-up game for the Ironmen for the tournament. Because this team that they played, it may be, in a different bracket as far as the enrollment and all like that in the division, but they are a very, very good baseball team. And there's Simons. He hits it towards right field.
Right
at the right fielder. Right at the right fielder. I thought it might get down, but it stayed up, and it was a fairly easy play out there for the right fielder. Here's Nolan Johnson. He's 0 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a fly out.
Just means Nolan's due.
He is due. Facing more of a hard thrower, I think, than the curveballer. Moore, who pitched 3 innings. And there's a line drive to center field. And the center fielder's got it. Well, I tell you what, Edwards has a great ERA, but he got hit pretty hard in this inning. Probably fortunate that there was no runs, which there wasn't. Some hard hits, but no runs. No runs, one hit, no errors, one runner left on base. At the end of 6 innings of play, the Ironmen 3 outs away from win number 24, we think. It's the Ironmen 5, the Reedsville Eastern Eagles nothing. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball on WYPC. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Top of the 7th inning here at Sparky Howler Field. Ironmen are 3 outs away from a 24-1 regular season record, but they got to get those 3 outs against a very good Reedsville Eastern team. Bodie Wilford back on the mound. He had 2 pitches in the bottom or the top of the 6th inning, and they were very effective as he got the out with 2 runners in scoring position. Ironman trying to have a 3-pitcher pitched shutout today. Coming up to the plate will be their center fielder, Hunter Needs. He is 0 for 2 in the contest with a strikeout and a pop-up. We think, or is this a new batter? Is that 16?
I might be. Is it 13?
13.
And I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter for the next batter, too.
This is Lane Athan.
Atha. Like Bob Atha, the quarterback?
I remember him. Lane Atha. And there is a ball fouled back. The first pitch to Lane. Batter on deck is number 8. That will be Trey. Gosh, you got to help me with this, right? This is the coach's writing, Pete. I'm not blaming you on this one. Normally I can. Musgrave or Musgreg, something like that. Sorry to his family. The pitch is a ground ball. Simets gobbles it up. The throw over to first base easily gets the first out.
So Coach Stewart is trying to give as many players as he can, you know, who might help him in a tournament game a chance to bat. I don't think it's just to be nice to give him an at-bat. He's doing his best to get his entire team ready for the tournament.
And Coach McGraw, on the other hand, providing Bodie gets 2 more outs, I would think has to feel very solid about his pitching going into next week. Ooh,
nice pitch there by Wolford.
Fastball there by Bodie. 1-1 the count.
Has a very easy delivery, doesn't he?
Yes.
Ball just flies out of his hand.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember, tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock, Jackson Iron Lady softball team trying to win a district championship as they will take on Logan Elm at Logan High School. That's not a home field advantage. Logan Elm up near Circleville, as everybody knows. There is a ball foul tipped into the glove of Noah Ernst, the 2nd out of the inning, a strikeout for Bodie.
Speaking of the softball team, on the Telegram Facebook page, there is a video after the game where Red Thompson Jr. interviewed Serenity Taylor, and I believe it was Bren Denny, and it is They did a nice interview, but it's hilarious. The players in the background trying to distract them. It wasn't the Gatorade bath, but it was about everything else that you could get. It's very entertaining.
Wonderful group of young ladies. They really are. Lance Hensler. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't. This is the pinch hitter. Trey Musgrave, or number 3. That's a different one.
Yeah, Musgrave's been retired.
Yeah.
So this is.
And I don't see a number 3 on their roster. But there's a ground ball to Ryan Simets. He fields it cleanly. The throw in the dirt. It bounces away from Gavin Jones, so the runner will be safe at first base.
Well,
Ryan, who had fielded so well, but that throw was in the dirt, so we'll have to give him an error on that one.
Right. Had to wait a little bit for it to get to him.
Runner on first, 2 outs. 5-0 your Ironman lead. They're trying to close this one out. Bodie's hit hard to center field. Nolan Johnson with a diving catch to get win number 24 for your Jackson Ironman baseball team. On the dead run, Nolan totally extends out and makes a fabulous catch. What a way to end the game. And your Ironmen pick up a victory tonight by a score of 5-0 over this very solid Reedville Eastern Meigs baseball team. But wow, was that last fielding play something special, Pete?
Didn't think he was going to get there, and I was going to think, well, he's going to dive, probably not be able to get it, and it's going to go by him in spite of a valiant attempt. And by golly, he came up with it, and he does what you always need to do, show the ball.
24-1 on your season. What a special year it's been, regular season. Now the second season starts Tuesday afternoon at Ohio University. It'll be the Jackson Ironmen taking on Chillicothe Cavaliers. They won their first game in the tournament to earn the chance to play the number 1 seed, Jackson Ironmen. We will naturally be there, but there's more softball before that, as the Jackson Iron Ladies will take place in a district championship contest tomorrow afternoon at Logan High School. They will take on Logan Elm for a district championship. That one certainly is going to get exciting. So much going on. A big shout out to, once again, Total Media for taking on these challenges and bringing us so much fun baseball and softball this spring. It's been a special year for both teams.
All right, well, we will take a 4-minute break, and we will be back. We'll summarize this game, and I'm sure, as always, we will get to hear from Coach Josh McGraw, not only about this game, but his thoughts as his team gets ready to enter the tournament trail. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over at Low Rock Bottom Presses, one of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built-to-manufactured homes in southern Ohio, with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Life is unpredictable, but with Dan Daly at State Farm, you can be prepared for anything. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, Dan and his team are here to provide personalized coverage that fits your needs. Get the protection you deserve from a name you trust. Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Visit online or stop by in Jackson, Ohio.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Back here at Dick Sparky Haller Field, where the Ironmen have just wrapped up an impressive final regular season victory, 5-0 over a Reidsville Eastern team that came in with a 19-6 record. The Ironmen have great pitching, as you might guess, with a shutout victory. The other team scoring no runs at all. It was Tucker Williams going 2 innings, Rylan Wyatt going 3 1/3, and then Bodie Wooford going the final 1 1/3, giving up 6 hits between them, but no runs. Only one error that was inconsequential on the defensive side. And on the offensive side, Jackson racks out 9 hits, including a 2-run homer by Gavin Jones, which turned out to be the game-winning hit, if you believe in that stat, because Eastern didn't score any runs. Jackson with some extra base hits, 9 hits total. 6 different players have hits in the game, and the Ironmen win easily by a score of 5-0 to win game number 24. And Dan, we can't say for sure. We might have to call up Randy Heath on this one.
I think we're going to.
We think that's maybe, underline maybe, an all-time Jackson record for wins in a season.
Yep, and an opportunity to get number 25 Tuesday afternoon. We put the camera down. If you're looking right now while Coach McGraw addresses his team out in the left field there after this 24-1 season, we're setting up here. We're also going to have a signing by Gavin Jones, who is going to sign that letter of intent to head to Shawnee State to take his talents down to Portsmouth area there and play for Shawnee State over the next couple of years. That's another exciting factor of, part of this very special day. Coach McGraw now has broke the huddle out there in left field, and he'll head this way. So there's so many good things to talk about with Coach McGraw here, Pete Wilson, but don't forget a congratulations to him. As we talked about all the awards that have been won by our players, he also is the District 3 Coach of the Year. Once again, 2 years in a row, he has won that award.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, you go 24-1, you got a shot at a Coach of the Year type award.
Well, you had to be the number 1 seed in the district, and you really should have won the Coach of the Year award, and thank goodness they did vote it correctly.
Exactly. It's been a very, very entertaining year, and one chapter of that season has ended now, as this was the last regular season game. The tournament comes, and as we all know, in the tournament, everybody starts even, but this team has certainly showed what it's capable of over the entire season. When you win 24 out of 25, you got something going that's good.
It's been such a special year for both softball and baseball. Once again, shout out to our softball team playing tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock at Logan High School for a district championship. Coach Brandon Stevens and his outstanding group of young ladies will take on Logan Elm, and we'll certainly be there to bring that one to you. If you can't be at Logan High School tomorrow afternoon, we will bring that to you. But Coach McGraw is working his way up here to the press box. Pete Wilson, I'm going to turn over the headset, and you are going to get the luxury to get to talk to a head coach of Jackson who's just now gone 24-1 on the season. Unbelievable.
All right, Coach Josh McGraw, after talking with his team, your team wins tonight 5-0 over Reidsville Eastern. I know it was important for a number of reasons. First of all, you always want to win, and this was a quality opponent you played, but also you got the tournament ahead. You're thinking of that and preparing for that. You have to give your team another good grade on this one.
Yeah, they came out, played pretty well. Eastern Reidsville is a good baseball club, well coached. So excited to have them here. They were looking for a game too. But yeah, we needed a game. We haven't played since Saturday. That's not too bad, but going a few more days, it would have been rough. I kind of expected to start out slow. We really didn't. We made some hard outs. Gavin hit a home run there, and we still had some hard hit balls. Pitching was dominant. Just a great day at the ballpark, and these guys did it again.
Well, how important was it? You did get in a game last Saturday against Portsmouth West, but your tournament game's not scheduled till Tuesday, the 27th. How important was it to get in another game?
Vital. Vital. We don't want to be sitting around for, over a week. That gets really tough when that happens. Just not seeing pitching, things like that. And we got an inter squad yesterday. We're lucky. We have some really good young arms, so we put them on the mound, and a lot of the varsity guys got live at bats. But it's just hard to replace the feel of a game. That's what you need, day in and day out. So we really needed to get this game in. And get weather did cooperate. Didn't cooperate everywhere, but here in Jackson, it seems like we got a lot of rain, but didn't get enough to rain us out. And these kids were excited to be on the field. I was excited to play again.
Well, we took a look at Eastern stats coming into this game. We know they got a quality small school program, and you had 3 players with an on-base percentage of over 500. You had a bunch of hitters over 300. So you got a good offensive team there. So very impressive for you to throw 3 pitchers and throw shutout ball for 7 innings.
Yeah, Tucker was awesome. It was good to get him, basically a bullpen. He was just going to throw 1 or 2 depending on the pitches, and kept his pitch count low and get him ready for Wednesday. But he could throw Tuesday if we needed him. He just hadn't thrown in 8 days. We did that on purpose, kind of with his shoulder. He got a little tired at the end of the year, so we shut him down. But Tucker, and then Wyatt, that young man, he's found his role on the varsity mound. He came in, did great, got 3 innings. His pitch count got up there, so we got him out of the game and left it up to Bodie to close, and they were good. I know that might be the team. They might hit the most foul balls I've ever seen. They kept fighting and fighting from the first inning to the 7th. I bet they hit 30 foul balls. I don't know who was chasing today, but I feel bad for them. But they fought, and you could tell they moved up in the box and things like that. It's part of their coaching philosophy, and they fight at the plate and try to fight it, find a way on base.
Well, we did talk about this too. We looked at their schedule, and like that, Coach Stewart is looking to play the best if he can.
Yeah.
And, he was glad to play that game, glad to take it on. He knows it's going to make his team better no matter what. But Rylan Wyatt and Bodie Wolford, you got 2 senior pitchers that are very good, but they have to make you feel good about pitching depth and also make you feel good about 2026 and beyond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to still be good next year. We've got a lot of young arms. Wyatt doesn't have a ton of innings on the mound, and Bodie doesn't really either because he's probably got around 30, but Wyatt, he's probably down there around 20. He's going to get his shot next year. Be in the thick of things. We still got Eli Ray, who throws the ball very hard. He'll get all the innings he can handle next year. We'll be just fine.
Right. Rylan Wyatt comes in. I didn't know whether you expected him to go 3 and 2/3 innings, but for a sophomore who hasn't had a lot of innings this year, and of course Bodie, who could be maybe considered your number 3 guy, they look so calm out there.
And they're soldiers. They played a lot of baseball. This isn't anything new to them. They played a lot of baseball growing up. Bodie's not only been on the mound for us for a couple years. He's been up under the Friday night lights. You're not going to phase him. They go out and they do their job. I was real impressed. I think Wyatt, he had a couple walks there, but each time he walked a guy, he came back with a first pitch strike on the next batter. That takes calmness. That takes a demeanor. It takes a lot of guts, and I trust him. If we go in the tournament game and they got a lefty and I need a lefty, I'm going to Wyatt on the mound. I trust him completely. He's earned it, and he's a great pitcher.
All right, and also on the other side, if you flip it, the top 3 pitchers for Eastern, at least based on ERA that's posted on Max Preps, that's who you saw today.
Is it?
And it is. And you also had 5 runs, 9 hits, had a 2-run homer, a couple of extra base hits in there. So, the defense has been so good all year. The pitching's been so good all year. The hitting's been good, up and down sometimes a little bit. Are you seeing the hitting being where you want it to be going into the tournament?
Yeah, you'd like to score more than 5 runs, but 9 hits, and we probably had another 6 or 7 balls that were smoked. They were hit hard and they made plays. That one inning, we didn't get anything out of it. We absolutely crushed 3 baseballs
in that last inning.
Yeah, it all went to the outfielder. So, but those are great at bats. Those are great swings, and we talk about that a lot as a team. You can't control the result. All you can control is your swing, and we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to go to work tomorrow. We got a day off. No, we're not going to have a day off. We're out of school, but we're going to practice tomorrow morning. We're going to wake up, get some hitting in, and go to work, get prepared for Chillicothe on Tuesday.
Well, let me ask you this. On that last out, did you think Nolan Johnson was going to catch that ball?
I absolutely did.
I did not either. I thought he's going to dive.
No,
it's going to be a valiant attempt.
I've seen it since he was 8 years old, maybe 7. He started playing summer ball for me when he was 8. I've seen it 100 times. I know the balls when it goes up, if he's going to catch it or not. He's got D1 football speed. He's a different animal out there in the way he goes and gets the ball. And the one that burned him was coaching mistake. I had moved him to his left, and then that hitter ended up burning deep to center field. But if I hadn't moved him, he probably would have caught that one. That was all coaching. You put it out there in center field, Nolan Johnson's going to go get it.
Well, we have another thing happening before we all go home. One of your outstanding players, 2-time FAC Player of the Year, Gavin Jones, is going to do a signing right here at Howler Field, going to go to Shawnee State, and I guess it's only right that he hits a 2-run homer to get it all going.
Yeah. He's had a pretty decent career, huh, Pete? But, 2-time Player of the Year. This year he was voted by the D3 coaches, actually all the coaches, as a D3 representative for all Ohio. A little more special for me. I played at Shawnee State for 2 years, and my son's playing there too. I'm glad to see Gavin stay close to home, place he can get on the field and get to work. He handled the college recruiting process right. He wanted a school he was happy with and a coach that wanted him. And that's what he went for, and he fell in love down there. And I think he's going to have a great career. And I'm looking forward to what his future is going to hold.
Well, you've had a lot of good players on the team. You've given them a lot of credit. They've taken you to 24-1, but we want to congratulate you, District Coach of the Year.
Thank you, Pete.
A lot of coaches up for that, and I tell you what, someone's got to be the leader. And another 20-win season, 24 wins, and keep trucking, sir.
I hope so. I appreciate you, Pete.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Josh McGraw. Just talking to us after the Ironmen have defeated the Reedsville Eastern Eagles by a score of 5-0 to go to 24-1. And Mr. Morrow has joined me again, and a tune-up game, a good victory, good momentum going into the tournament.
Oh, it's exciting. It has just been one exciting spring here at Sparky Howler Field and up on the hillside at our softball field. And it's just been an honor for us to be involved in it some way, Pete Wilson's. More fun to watch these kids. And this is what it's all about, is Gavin Jones signing to go play at the next level. It is baseball, but it's also an education. But Shawnee State is here today to get him signed in, and that's what they're all setting up right now. So a very special day here at Sparky Howler Field. It's sure been special.
All right. Well, for Dan Morrow, for Eric Landrum, for Wyatt Martin, who were our tech crew today, for our sponsors, for all you fans out there that tuned in, want to thank you for that. Another successful game here at Howler Field. The Ironmen going home with a 5-0 victory over Reedsville Eastern. So, good evening, everybody, and we will be back tomorrow for a girls' district final softball game. That game will start at 3 o'clock, not 5 o'clock.
Gets us back in time for graduation.
Exactly. That'll be the Iron Ladies against Logan Elm. And then the baseball team will be back with them next Tuesday over to Ohio University as the Ironmen play Chillicothe in a district semifinal game. So for everybody here who has been with us and supported us, good evening, everybody.
Thanks for watching Jackson High School.